The beauty of creating your own deep learning models for vision tasks is that you can design them to serve exactly the task that you have in mind. In this video, we're going to talk about curating that optimal high-quality dataset for the task that you have in mind. And we're going to look at several specific examples of what you might want to include in the dataset and what you might want to discard. All of the advice I'm going to share is well summarized in our support center. These are really the takeaway messages. Use high-quality images and dump the rest. There's a bunch of information here about what makes a high-quality image, but fundamentally focus on real-world scenarios. If the image represents a legitimate real-world scenario, it belongs in the dataset, especially if it offers variation. If it's an extreme edge case or a poorly captured image, it does not belong in the dataset. The images you see me flipping through come from this resource. This is a wonderful dataset, so even though I'm going to make comments about the quality of some of the images, it really does depend on the task that you have in mind. This is a dataset of hand-drawn electrical circuit diagrams. And what's really special about it is we have 24 different individuals involved. Everyone has very different handwriting. And then each drafter draws 12 different circuits. But they draw the same circuit twice, maybe using a different pen or on a different piece of paper. And then after they've drawn them, they take 4 different photos of the exact same drawing. So this provides a really rich data set to think about variation and fit as you select images for machine learning. Let's start by looking at drafter number 1. I started with drafter number 1 because this person submitted what I would probably expect to receive based on the task. I've got hand drawings with different colors of pen, some on lined paper, some on blank paper, some with more harsh lighting, some with softer lighting, but the diagram is typically well framed and takes up the majority of the image. So this is kind of what I was expecting to see from most of the individual drafters. Let's take a look at drafter number 12. What do you notice about this? Well, so far we've only had white pieces of paper and blue and black ink, but there's a lot more variation in the lighting and the shadowing. You also see a little bit of crinkled paper. So there's probably not as much variation in the actual types of drawings that this model is going to need to handle, but there's a lot of variation in the lighting. Now, the lighting variations do reflect taking images with a cell phone camera. You can frequently see the camera in the shadow. And if this is part of the real-world use case, then these types of shadows from cell phone cameras make sense to include. Now let's take a look at number 9. So the submissions from drafter number 9 start to get a little bit more extreme with the crinkling of the paper and the really severe lighting. You could argue that this person is intentionally making the task more difficult by having harsh shadows that cut across the paper or having very severe folds that cut across the paper. This is probably not a realistic real-world scenario. And although this person has nice handwriting and varies his pen color frequently, I don't like the really harsh shadows because I don't think that they represent real-world usage. Let's take a look at drafter number 5. You'll notice that this person has hand-drawn their diagrams using a dry erase marker on a whiteboard. We hadn't seen this previously, but I think this is a real-world scenario. It certainly meets the criteria of hand-drawn. There's a lot of variation in the pen color, and the lighting is appropriate to an office camera and a cell phone photo. Now, as we get deeper into his collection, he starts to get a little bit more creative. We start to see some intentional distracting clutter, perhaps some intentional blurring. And then he draws on his desk with this wood background. Then he finds a couple sheets of paper. Those are probably good additions. Before drawing on some aluminum foil. Probably not realistic. This person certainly had a lot of fun with the assignment. Many of these submissions are perfectly valid and usable, including this one with a chalk pen drawn on a window. I could see this happening in an engineering office. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of smudging going on here. And at the end of the collection, he gets more creative with some ink. And at the end of the collection, he gets even more creative with some lettering created from yarn and some electrical diagrams on cardboard that are obscured by smoke. I think this serves as a great tutorial for the person writing the instructions. Remember, you'll get what you ask for, and if you ask for variation from a creative person, you're going to get a lot of variation. Let's end with drafter number 3, who I think strikes a very nice balance of the variety that the requester is probably seeking. He has diagrams with and without text. He uses multiple colors of paper, multiple pen colors, multiple angles, with shadows that are realistic for an office setting. And while this drafter wasn't quite as creative as number 6, this is actually much more in line with the types of images that would be required to train an excellent machine learning model for hand-drawn circuit diagrams. Coming back to the support page on curating high-quality datasets, sometimes a picture really is worth 1,000 words. Definitely read this page. There are other excellent tips and points of advice. But hopefully that tour with some real-world images really helps drive some of these points home. Get in touch if you have any further questions about image preparation or curation, and happy modeling!